Blackbeard's past revealed. Love him or hate him, Blackbeard is one of the most important characters to the story of One Piece. His importance is final game. Luffy and Blackbeard, their similarities, their differences, and the way that they are destined to meet for the title of Pirate King is huge. Now, we actually know a lot about Blackbeard's past. You see, One Piece characters that are this big, we only see hints and some teasers, but Blackbeard, we actually know a lot about his past. You see this picture here Oda drew depicting Blackbeard as a kid, and you see him sad, he's looking depressed, he's looking really down in the dumps. Something happened to him in his past to make him like this. It's a huge difference from a lot of these other kid pictures. This one looks like the saddest, to be honest. I actually feel for the character of Marshal D Teach. We know that he scarred Shanks. Now this is like, okay, he scarred Shanks, he probably did it in some scummy way, some savage way. He scarred Shanks while Shanks was on guard. This is what Shanks said to Whitebeard. So the fact that Shanks was on guard, it makes you think, what the hell does that even mean? Because we know Blackbeard, he rose to his power. So the fact that he scarred Shanks, how strong was he back then? Was him and Shanks on the same level? And why was Shanks was on guard, but he still got scarred? There had to be some other reason. We know he stayed 20 years, yes, 20 years on Whitebeard's crew. And it's funny, the funny thing is, he's one of the first crew members on Whitebeard's crew. Whitebeard even mentions him when he's talking to Roger, saying, I have a guy like that on my crew. He has the D, initial D. And that's when Roger tells him about the Willie D. But honestly, it's crazy. He's been 20 years on Whitebeard's crew, and the loyalty, like the fact that he can stay 20 years, they had some loyalty towards him, they had some trust towards him. He was strong enough to lead the 2nd Division. And you know it's crazy, in the flashback panel, you see Jozo on the left, you see Marco on the right, and then you see Blackbeard in the middle. And that's how I feel, Blackbeard in the middle. So I know that Marco and Jozo were stronger than him at that time, but still, Blackbeard was some different. He was unique. I honestly believe the Cerberus Devil Fruit theory is not, I don't believe it, to be honest, because he was on the crew for 20 years. If you're on a crew for 20 years, people are gonna know if you can't swim. So the fact that everyone thinks that he had a Devil Fruit before he even ate the Yami Yami no Mi and the Gurgur no Mi, I just don't buy it. I believe he still is looking for the 3rd Devil Fruit, and I do not believe he had the 1st Devil Fruit to begin with, and now he has 3 already. I believe he's looking for the 3rd Devil Fruit. We know in the Marineford War, Marco pointed out that Blackbeard's body was different. Now a lot of people say this can be looked over, it's just Marco saying some random stuff, but honestly, Blackbeard's body is different from the rest of the people. Now that's something that should be huge, and I have a feeling Oda's going to be really looking at that, and I'm hyped to see why his body is different, what happened. And lastly, I also want to talk about Blackbeard. He was forming his crew while he was on Whitebeard's crew. So the guys like you see like Burgess, Lafitte, Van Augur, Doc Q, these guys you saw on Blackbeard's crew, he was forming this crew while he was under Whitebeard. So you know he has some sort of trust with his crew. It's some next level day one dudes. And I also want to say that he was obsessed with the Devil Fruit book. Yo, he knows the Devil Fruits he wants. He knew he wanted the Yami Yami no Mi. He was under Whitebeard. He knew he wanted Whitebeard's Gurgur no Mi. So the 3rd Devil Fruit, with him to the knowledge of the Devil Fruit book, I believe he knows what Devil Fruit he wants with the 3rd Devil Fruit, and it's his big plan. Blackbeard is one of the smartest characters in One Piece. People don't like to say it, but it's true. He has an amazing plan, and he's a dream chaser. Honestly, I know people are gonna say this is crazy, but honestly, I believe that Vegapunk and Blackbeard have some sort of connection. We see Blackbeard's kid picture, he's looking sad, and it made me think, what if Vegapunk, yes, what if Vegapunk, the man who knows the origin of the Devil Fruits and will explain all about the Devil Fruits, went to Blackbeard City? Now this is gonna be crazy. Why did he go to Blackbeard City? I believe the world government and Vegapunk were working on experiments. You see Caesar, yes, I'm bringing up Caesar. Caesar was pretty much, he was, how do I say this? And Vegapunk did not approve of what he was doing, the experimentations, the things he was doing. He was going too overboard, and I believe the reason why Vegapunk did not agree with this is because Vegapunk seen the consequences. Probably Vegapunk did this without knowing, and that's the reason why Blackbeard has a different body. Yes, it's crazy. I also want to say that the reason why Blackbeard is so obsessed with Devil Fruits and which one he wants, I believe the person who told him, or he might have stole some information from, was Vegapunk. I believe Vegapunk's where he got the Devil Fruit book, and where he got the uses of getting 2 Devil Fruits and all these different things that he knew beforehand. It's crazy to think about, but that's what I truly believe. I also believe the reason why he went to Whitebeard saying that, Whitebeard, you are pathetic, you couldn't even save your own crew, it's probably to show that back in his time, nobody came to save Blackbeard. He just had to suffer through the pain of his people. It might have been genocide, it might have been discrimination. We do not know what happened to Blackbeard in his past, but I feel like it might be experimentations. Yes, I feel like experimentations happened to Blackbeard as a kid. The pain he Piece suffered was immense, and I believe this is what happened to Blackbeard. Now, this is a crazy theory. I don't know if this has been said before, but this is what I truly believe, and honestly, I am hyped to see more about Blackbeard. I remember Blackbeard in Impel Down saying to Luffy, the One Piece does exist, and telling Luffy his haki raised up, his haki got better. Blackbeard is one of the most hypedest characters. He's my second favorite character in the series behind Monkey D. Luffy. So the battle of Monkey D. Luffy versus Blackbeard will have me with chills. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about Blackbeard, this mentally obsessed dream chaser? Do you like him? Do you hate him? And what do you think about his past? Do you think this theory is kind of true, or do you have some sort of other theory or prediction of Blackbeard's past? We know this past is probably going to be top 5 flashbacks in the One Piece story. So when we find this out, the way it's going to flesh out the Blackbeard versus Luffy fight, the Blackbeard versus Shanks fight in the future, it's going to be extremely hype. Like and share if you enjoyed. Like and share only if you enjoyed, and subscribe for more One Piece videos. I'm the LegendMac, and I'm gone.